Model of lumbar vertebrae. Let us say that this is L4 and this is L5 vertebra. As you know, the vertebrae have a portion called as body. This portion is called as pedicle. This portion is called as transverse process. This is a facet. This is the spinous process, and this is called as lamina. The part between two facets is called as pars interarticularis, or you can say isthmus. The word isthmus means a bridge. So this is the bridge, this is a facet, this is another facet, spinous process. Now, the facet which is here has a articulating surface, that is a surface which participates in the joint, which is posterior. So this is a superior facet. This is a facet which is the lower facet or the inferior facet. So theoretically, the inferior facet of L4 articulates with the superior facet of L5. In addition, the inferior facet is posterior, that is at the back, and the superior facet is anterior, that is towards the front in the joint. Now, our surgery is more related to the foramen. Our surgery is not interlaminar. The surgery, when it is done between the two laminae, is called as interlaminar. This surgery, when it is done from here, involves increasing this window by cutting a little bit of bone called as laminotomy. Then there is a ligament inside called as ligamentum flavum, which means a yellow ligament. This yellow ligament is removed, and when you go inside, as you can see here, you will be landing on this herniation, as you see here. So it is removed from here through the interlaminar area. We do our surgery in the foramen. Now, if we look at the foramen, this is a window which is lying between the two vertebral bodies. So this is a L4, L5 intervertebral foramen. Now let us look at the walls of the foramen on a normal side, where you have this superior pedicle, superior for this foramen. This is L4 pedicle. Then you have this inferior lamina of L4. Then this is inferior pedicle ending into the superior facet of L5. This is inferior facet of L4. So the front wall of the foramen is the pedicle of L4. The roof of the foramen is the lamina and the inferior facet of L4. Then the superior facet of L5, and the lower wall is the pedicle of L5. Now, out of all this, the most important part of the foramen is the floor. The floor, that is the lower portion or the front portion of the foramen, comprises of some part of the body of L5, the whole disc of L4-5, and the lower part of the body of L4. When we are working in this area, we must remember that we are landing on this part, what is called as the posterior annulus of L4-5. Now, when we are doing surgery where we are landing in this zone, which is called as a safe zone, as defined by Parvez Cambin, this triangle or this area is bound by a nerve which comes out at this level. It will be L4 nerve root. This nerve, which is traversing or traveling through the area and coming out from below, is called as a traversing nerve. And the end plate of lower vertebra, that is L5, here would form a triangle. One part of the triangle, second part of the triangle, and the third side of the triangle. This triangle on an average is 12 millimeters in height, 18 millimeters at the base, and this is the hypotenuse of the triangle, which is about 23 millimeters from here to here. This is an important structure on the nerve which is coming out, called as dorsal root ganglion. Now, going to the pathological anatomy, this is a left-sided foramen. This is showing a herniation, a nerve root coming out, and this herniation could be called as a foraminal herniation. To make the matter simpler to understand, this, my hand, is supposed to represent the left side. This is the exiting root. This is supposed to represent the traversing root. This is the dural sac. On the right side, you can look at your right thumb and the right hand. We do surgery in this area, that is the axilla of the exiting root. Right?
Yeah,
Any questions?
Can you tell, when you come from the skin, what are the different layers the surgeon encounters to be the...
Now let us look at a position where you may have a herniation here, which is called as a central herniation coming out. It could be here or here, which is paracentral. It could be here and here, which is called as foraminal. And it could be here and here, which is extraforaminal. Now let us assume that we are entering the disc from the side, and then we will be essentially coming in the foramen somewhere here. So what are the structures which we come across or which we come through? We start from the skin here. The first layer is the skin and the subcutaneous tissue. Below that is the dorsal layer of the dorsolateral fascia. After that is the muscle. After that is the ventral layer of the fascia. After that is the posterior intertransverse muscles, which are lying here, posterior to the transverse process. Then we have the intertransverse ligament. Just anterior is the anterior intertransverse muscles. Then we land in the foramen here, and then we land on the annulus. Now these layers through which you are going have to be remembered properly, because when you are doing the surgery, this goes by feel. You are doing it blind under the cover of CR. So I would repeat, it is skin, subcutaneous tissue, dorsal layer of the fascia, muscle, ventral layer of the fascia, posterior intertransverse muscles, intertransverse ligament, anterior intertransverse muscles, the annulus, and then of course the PLL inside. And theoretically, if you go in front here, on the side of the body is the psoas muscle, and on the anterolateral aspect of the body here somewhere, on both the sides, would be the sympathetic chain. So our target is here, or in the profile, it would be like this. Like this. We will be looking up towards the posterior annulus, and you can say this angle is the angle of our view, which is 25 degrees in the scope.